My mother-in-law just snapped her fingers and told me to refill her water like a good little servant. She thinks she's finally putting me in my place. But she has no idea I'm the one who signs her favorite restaurant's paychecks. The look on her face when my manager walks over with the quarterly earnings report is going to be priceless. It was one of those perfect Paris evenings in late October, the kind where the golden lights along the Champs-Élysées flicker like stars against a deepening twilight sky. The air carried that unmistakable mix of fresh baguettes, river breeze from the Seine, and expensive perfume from passers-by. Sophia and I had planned this dinner for weeks, her 32nd birthday at L'Etoile Dorée, the crown jewel of the 8th arrondissement. What my in-laws didn't know was that this wasn't just any high-end bistro. It was mine. The entire Lumière Hospitality Group, 23 elite restaurants and venues across Europe and the US was mine. But tonight, I was playing the role they had forced on me for years. The worthless, ambitionless son-in-law who couldn't even hold down a steady job. As we stepped through the heavy oak doors into the warm glow of crystal chandeliers and soft jazz piano, I felt my pulse quicken with anticipation. This was going to be legendary. Hey friends, if you're already leaning and wondering how this revenge unfolds, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button right now and subscribe so you never miss these karma stories. What's the pettiest thing an in-law has ever done to you? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. We were barely seated when Marguerite Beaumont, my mother-in-law, adjusted her silk scarf with that signature dramatic flair and scanned the room like she owned it. She always did this, surveying everything with a critical eye, as if the world existed to meet her standards. Beside her sat Henri, my father-in-law, puffing out his chest in his tailored suit, the same one he wore to every important occasion. They had no clue that tonight, their favorite haunt was about to become their personal nightmare. Well, Marguerite announced loudly enough for the tables around us to glance over. Since Alexander here contributes nothing financially, again, we can't just let him sit idle. Be useful for once, boy. Refill our waters. Act like a good little servant and attend the table properly. Sophia, darling, you relax. Let him earn his keep on your birthday. Henri chuckled deeply, slapping my shoulder a bit too hard. Come on, Alex. Show some spine tonight. Water, appetizers, whatever they need. Maybe you'll learn something about real work. Sophia squeezed my hand under the table, her eyes pleading silently. She knew the truth. She had been my partner in building this empire from our tiny Brooklyn apartment years ago before we expanded to Europe. But she also knew how deep the years of verbal jabs had cut. Mom, Dad, please, she whispered. It's my birthday. Can we just enjoy? Nonsense. Marguerite cut her off with a wave. He needs this. No ambition, living off your teacher's salary all these years. It's embarrassing for the family name. I lowered my head, playing the part perfectly. Of course, Madame Beaumont. Right away. Inside I was smiling. The discreet earpiece hidden in my ear buzzed softly with confirmation from my staff. Everything was set. If you're already hooked on this slow-burn humiliation, smash like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments, would you play along like Alex did, or confront them immediately? For the next 45 minutes, the pettiness escalated like a slow poison. I fetched chilled Evian water, only for Marguerite to push the glass away dramatically. Too cold. Warm it slightly. Are you incapable of simple tasks? I nodded humbly and returned with precisely 18-degree water, as requested. While I cleared their bread plates, Henri launched into a loud monologue. Look at him scurrying around. In our day, a man provided. Not like these modern boys who expect handouts. Sophia, we warned you about marrying someone with no direction. He's been between opportunities for 3 years now. The neighboring tables started shifting uncomfortably, but my in-laws didn't care. They were in their element, publicly shaming me while enjoying the €450 tasting menu. When the foie gras arrived 2 minutes later than expected due to my quiet instruction to the kitchen, Marguerite's voice rose. This service is abysmal. In all our years dining here, we've never seen such incompetence. Boy, hurry with the next course or we'll have you removed. I endured it all with a straight face. The complaints about the wine temperature, the speed of the sorbet palate cleanser, the way the napkins weren't folded with enough precision. Each insult was documented in my memory like evidence in a court case. Through my earpiece, I coordinated quietly, holding courses just long enough to frustrate them further, signaling the sommelier to bring out rare vintages only I would know about. Flashback to how we got here. 7 years ago, Sophia and I started with a single food truck in New York. I poured every late night, every investor meeting, every risky expansion into building Lumiere Hospitality. We kept it secret from her family after the first dinner where they laughed at my silly little dreams. Now our flagship locations in Paris, New York, London, and Milan generated millions quarterly. And L'Etoile Dorée? I had acquired it personally 8 months ago, turning it into the crown jewel. This is getting intense, isn't it? If you love watching arrogance crumble, like this video and subscribe for the full unmasking. Have you ever hidden a big success from family? Share your story. I might feature some in future videos. The mask started slipping around the main course. When Marguerite demanded a 2017 Bordeaux not listed on the public menu, I responded without hesitation. Certainly, the private reserve, 3rd row in the temperature-controlled cellar. It has notes of black cherry and subtle earth, pairing ideally with your duck. Though if you prefer bolder tannins, the 2015 is exceptional tonight. She froze mid-sip. How on earth would an unemployed waiter know our cellar layout? I shrugged with fake modesty. Picked it up here and there, madam. Then came the kitchen crisis. A staged one, of course. A line cook panicked over a sauce reduction. I stepped behind the scenes briefly, adjusting the seasoning with the precision of someone who had trained under 3 Michelin-starred chefs. When I returned, one of my veteran servers accidentally slipped. Monsieur Moreau, the team has the next plate ready for your guests. Henry's eyes narrowed. Moreau? Familiarity like that could get you fired, boy. Perhaps we should speak to the manager. We know the owner's circle here. Please do, I replied calmly, clearing their plates with elegant efficiency. I insist. Marguerite flagged down a server. Get your manager immediately. This insolent young man doesn't belong serving a table like ours. The server hid her smile. Right away, madam. The tension in the air thickened. Nearby diners sensed something was off. The way the entire staff moved with unusual precision around our table. The subtle bows when they passed me. Sophia's eyes sparkled with barely contained excitement. She had waited years for this moment too. Pause for a second. If this slow reveal is building perfectly for you, hit like and subscribe now. Quick question. What would you do if your in-laws treated you like servant labor in public? Comment below and let's discuss. Then it happened. The double doors at the far end of the elegant dining room swung open. My general manager, Pierre Laurent, a sharp, silver-haired man in a bespoke suit, and regional director Elena Voss approached carrying thick leather-bound ledgers embossed with the Lumiere logo. The entire room seemed to hold its breath as the staff straightened instinctively. Soft murmurs rippled through the other tables. Pierre stopped directly in front of me, offering a respectful bow before handing over the main quarterly report. Mr. Alexander Moreau, founding partner and CEO. Q3 results are outstanding, sir. L'Etoile Dorée is up 43% year-over-year thanks to your latest innovations. The full European and U.S. portfolio continues to exceed projections. I accepted the folder smoothly, no longer hunched like a servant. Thank you, Pierre. Excellent work from the team as always. I'll review the details later this evening. The color drained from Marguerite's face so fast I thought she might faint. Henry's mouth hung open, his fork frozen halfway to his lips. The reality crashed over them like a tidal wave. I turned to them, my voice steady but carrying through the now silent section of the restaurant. While you spent the last hour treating me like hired help, snapping fingers, mocking my lack of ambition, humiliating me in front of strangers, you were dining in my flagship European location. I don't just own this table. I own every brick, every wine bottle, and the entire Lumiere Hospitality Group. The country club you adore in Versailles, recently acquired by my holding company. Even the commercial building housing your family's struggling import business, now under our control as of last month. Sophia finally let out a soft, triumphant laugh, squeezing my hand proudly. If your heart is racing with this karma payoff, like the video and subscribe for more. What do you think their faces looked like in that moment? Describe it in the comments. I want to hear your reactions. Marguerite stammered, her perfectly manicured hands trembling as she gripped the tablecloth. Alex, this can't be. You've been unemployed. We saw your bank statements, or at least we thought. Henri tried recovering, sweat beading on his forehead. Son, we were only teasing. Family banter, you know? No harm meant. I slid the leather folder across the table, revealing the new documents. Here's the updated lease agreement for your business premises. Rent increases by 28% next quarter. Standard market adjustment under new ownership. Unless, of course, we reach a new family understanding about respect. Your favorite country club membership? Fees rising 30%. I approved both personally. I leaned in slightly, keeping my tone firm but controlled. For years, you looked down on me. You belittled my wife's choices. You assumed I was nothing. Tonight ends that chapter. From now on, you treat Sophia and me with basic dignity. Or the consequences won't just be expensive. They'll be public. The staff, unable to contain it any longer, offered a subtle round of applause that spread across the room. Pierre and Elena stood proudly beside me. I helped Sophia from her chair, kissing her cheek softly. Happy birthday, my love. Let's go home. As we walked toward the exit, I glanced back one final time. Marguerite and Henri sat motionless, staring at the earnings report and lease documents like they had been personally cursed. The arrogance that once filled their voices had evaporated into pure, stunned terror. The look on their faces, absolutely priceless. That single evening of orchestrated humility changed everything. Their tone, their respect, and the power dynamic in our family forever. Phew, what a ride. If this long tale of undercover revenge satisfied your karma cravings, make sure to like, comment your biggest takeaway, and subscribe with notifications on. Would you reveal your success dramatically like this, or keep playing humble longer? Let me know below. I reply to as many as I can. Until next time, stay strategic, stay kind to those who deserve it, but never let bullies forget who holds the real power.